river that remembered. No one noticed the first sign the night the river changed. The moon hung low over the village, but its reflection in the water looked wrong. The river was too still, like a giant black eye staring back at the world. Fishermen who had known the water since childhood felt something crawling under their skin. The wind stopped breathing, the frogs stopped singing, and from deep beneath the silent surface came a slow, heavy sound like something enormous turning in its sleep. That was the night the river began to remember everything humanity had done to it. For generations, the people had lived beside the river, trusting it as their friend. It fed their farms, filled their nets with fish, and carried their children's laughter across the banks. But humans had changed. They poured poison into its veins, dumped their refuse into its heart, and carved its banks without mercy. The river watched quietly. It endured silently. And like a wounded spirit, it waited. Then the rain came. Not the gentle rain that blesses the earth, but a furious storm that tore open the sky. Lightning split the darkness, revealing waves rising higher than the tallest trees. The villagers woke to the sound of water screaming, not flowing, but screaming, as if the river had found a voice at last. By morning, the river had grown wider, much wider. Fields disappeared beneath swirling black water. Houses trembled as the ground beneath them dissolved. The villagers watched in horror as the river stretched its arms across the land like a monster reclaiming stolen territory. But the worst part was not the flood. People began to hear whispers from the water. At night, the river called their names, soft at first, like a mother singing to a child. But those who followed the voice never returned. The next morning, their footprints ended at the edge of the water, and the river flowed a little darker. An old woman in the village finally spoke the truth no one wanted to hear. "This is not a flood," she said, her trembling voice barely louder than the rain. "The river is angry, and it has begun to collect its debts." From that day on, the villagers feared the sound of flowing water, because sometimes, when the wind died and the world became quiet, the river would ripple gently, almost like laughter. And deep beneath the surface, something ancient continued to rise, because the river had waited for centuries. And now, it was finally awake. For more, subscribe, like, comment, and share. God bless.